Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again here to Velocity Racing Network. I'm not even sure we have the right overlays in tonight here for the logo. We're about to find out. But before we get into all of that, of course, here tonight are the sponsors for this race. And that sponsor is Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. If you have a beard, and I know most of the guys out there probably do, even if it's peach fuzz, you got something on the face, you need to head on over to wallsbeardco.com and check them out. Make sure you do. He won't be racing here tonight as he doesn't race on Mondays, but you can get a hold of Mark Walls over there at wallsbeardco.com. Pick some of that all-natural and organic product up today. And, of course, on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here for 2019 if it wasn't for the following partners. Those do include Northwest Racing Series themselves, your official one-to-go sponsor for tonight's events. Walls at Beard Co. Beard Balm themselves. Make sure, you check them out at wallsbeardco.com. RaceOnTexas.com, your official dirt and short track asphalt racing partner of Velocity Racing Network. Hanover Wrecker Service, your official caution sponsor here for tonight's event. On the Edge Motorsports, your official Wicked Energy Gum retailer. Check them out at ontheedgemotorsports.com for that gum. Huffman Designs, if you're in the market for a killer paint job, head on over there to Huffman Designs on Facebook. And of course, RaceCore, one of the latest partners coming on board here. Make sure you check out all of these great partners over on their social media sites, websites, however you can, and give them a big shout out for coming on board here tonight. Of course, we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight, whether you're on the Full Velocity Racing Facebook page or on the YouTube side of things. A big shout out and thanks for tuning in here tonight. Excuse me, still battling that cough, but feeling much better here as we are back in the chair one more time here tonight. As we are here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, or Hotlanta as it is. Of course, I am your host here for tonight, Charles Wooten, in the booth as the producer and announcer here tonight. So we are glad to be back in the hot seat, whatever you want to call it, the producer's chair, the announcer's chair. We're filling a lot of different chairs here tonight, but we are glad to be back here once again. Of course, coming up next is going to be qualifying from Atlanta Motor Speedway. That is not going to be on VRN, which makes me wonder if the other logo is correct. Again, we're still in the process of switching all of these overlays over, but coming up next, of course, is going to be qualifying here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the Northwest Racing Series. This is their Xfinity Series here on Monday night. And I expect to see some really good racing here tonight, as there we do have at least one logo, right? You're watching the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. Right at the moment, Jason Berg is your fastest time here in practice with a 30.549. And behind him is going to be Justin McClure with a 30.621, a difference of 0.072. So not a huge gap, but a little bit of a gap here, as it looks like we got about 5 minutes left. These guys are going to be getting into a driver's meeting here momentarily. So of course, before they do, or even while they're in it, we're going to step and see if we can't pull a driver up here real fast. We're going to throw him under the bus. That is Josh Coley. So give us just a minute. We're going to pull him up here. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Right as I have to cough, But as promised here, your number one favorite driver, to someone anyway. I like him. I think he's number one to me, so we're going to call him the number one fan favorite here tonight, as I am a fan, so I can say that. But either way, we have Josh Coley here in the booth with us real fast. You got about 3.5 minutes left here. What can we expect from Atlanta here, and how is that car handling, and what are we looking at tire and fuel?
Well, the temperature is really high right now. The track temp's at 110, so the cars don't have much grip at all. As far as fuel, it's like in 28, maybe 30 laps. And then I hoping we don't see a lot of cautions. I think I'm going to see a lot of cars having understeer and that kind of thing. So it'll be interesting. I don't have a whole lot of laps on tonight's track in this car, so I'll probably do the EOL, start in the back, and just take what I can get. And if I can survive, I think we'll end up finishing pretty well.
Well, we talk about surviving. I wasn't here last week for Richmond, but I heard it was eventful. We'll go with that for the word here tonight. So after the eventful race last week, are you looking for more of a calm and laid-back race where maybe not so many cautions?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It'll be fun to finish. I don't think I made it 60 laps in last week's race before I was all done. So yeah, hopefully if we can make it past 60 laps, we're doing better than last week. So that'll be good.
Well, there you have it. Of course, we know you got some shout-outs and you want and sponsors you want to give to. So who are those here before we let you go?
Definitely got to thank Northwest Racing Series for putting on a quality league. And then I forget, was it Full Velocity Racing Network for the awesome broadcasts. And then just everyone for showing up and watching. It should be a good race.
All right, we'll be right back here in just a minute to recap practice as we get Josh Coley back to his proper spot. So we'll be right back. All right, just about a minute left. Let's go ahead and, of course, we will bring up the countdown right there. You see a minute left on the clock. Well, just so we have it out there, let's go ahead and pull up those times on to your screen. As you see right there, your top 10 drivers here in practice anyway are Jason Berg, followed by Justin McClure, Dan West Jr., Bill Ross Jr., 2 juniors in 3 and 4, Caden Anderson, Seth Frazier, Chris White, Travis McKinney, and Jade Williams. Those are your top 10 drivers in practice. Will they be there in qualifying in the race? That is yet to be determined. But at the moment, those are your top 10, and it looks like they plan on staying there for quite some time. They don't show any signs of slowing down. They're out there running laps still to this moment here, as we got about 8 seconds left, a little less than that now. So we're going to go ahead and get ready your countdown to green, as it is time to go qualifying as the checkered flag is out. Let's go qualifying here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is the Northwest Xfinity Series here on Full Velocity Racing Network. All right, there you see names being reset. Green flag is thrown. Who will be the first drivers out onto the track? As of right now, nobody is taking to the track so far. So we'll go ahead and get things ready for when they do. As it looks like we are going to have a few come out, so we'll hop over to Steve Stillstad, as he looks to be one of the first drivers out on the track, so he should put in a time first. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. Him and Corey Walters both roughly on the track here at the same time, so we should see Steve Stillstad have the pole at least momentarily. followed by Corey Walters. We'll see he goes. Jade Williams out on the track. Dana Rogers out on the track. Gary Nichols is out on the track as well. Donovan Barr is strapped into his car. Brian Lambert now out on the track. Scott Hutchinson and Roy, I'm not sure if it's Grand or Grande, is out on the track right now. We may see if we can confirm that last name here real fast. So give us just a minute, and we will confirm on that last name while they are putting in laps. All right, and having to just quickly get on the radio with him, and it is Grande is how you pronounce it, so that is Roy Grande out on the track right now. But Gary Nichols to the top of the charts here in qualifying in that number 8 machine. Steve Silstad in the 65 right behind him. Very close times. They're only separated by .048. 30.671 for Gary Nichols. Jade Williams currently third, and Corey Walters sitting in fourth place right now out on the track, and it's going to be Brian Lambert that takes third place with a 30.736. We'll see as it's going to be where the number 51. That is Roy Grande, who is running the Sour Patch car. That is probably the coolest car I have ever seen out on a racetrack right now. That number 51 Sour Patch sponsored, so we'll see. Will he live up to the Sour Patch name? Are they sour and a little sweet afterwards? We'll see. If he lives up to the Sour Patch name here tonight. Scott Hutchinson currently in 7th place in the number 91 machine. Gary Nichols in the 8 still with your fastest lap here. Travis McKinney, though, is going to take 4th place in the number 88 machine with a 31.021, as that will put him currently in 4th position. We'll see who's going to come out next. Looks like Justin McClure is going to be putting in a lap here shortly, as well as Jesse Gray. Daniel Masters is going to be putting in a lap as well. Casey Tillman out on the track. And there's Bill Ross Jr. in the number 17. He takes it to the top of the charts with a 30.662. He is your new pole sitter here so far in qualifying. Justin McClure in that number 10 Caterpillar Chevrolet here tonight is excuse me, in third with a 30.678. We'll see Casey Tillman currently in 10th place with a 30.940. Seth Frazier at the moment in the number 32 machine, as he is going to put in a lap right about there, and it's going to be his first warm-up lap, so we'll watch him go around this track one more time. Jesse Gray with a 30.797. That'll put him in 8th place here in qualifying. Still, Bill Ross Jr. in the number 17 is your pole sitter at the moment. Dan West Jr., he's been pretty fast here lately. We're going to have to keep an eye on that number 55 Boeing Chevrolet Camaro here tonight. Will he take it to the top of the charts? He is on lap number 1 of 2 here tonight. I expect to see him put in a really good lap. The question is just how good will it be? As he's coming to the line right there, it's going to be a 30.876, and that will put him in 11th place. So not quite the fastest run we were looking for, but he has another time around this track. Seth Frazier, 30.707. He'll put it in a number 32 machine into 4th place. Looks like he's going to keep going around the track here one more time. I'll just have to keep waiting waiting and see here. Daniel Masters in that 03 and 16th place, as we have Caden Anderson on the track. Jason Berg is on the track, of course. Donovan Barr has not come out yet. James Thurston, John Ottenbacher, and Brian Barnes getting ready to come out onto the track. John Ottenbacher technically not on the track, but Brian Barnes and James Thurston are here at the moment. Caden Anderson going to put in his first time lap right there, and it will be we'll see. No, that was going to be his warm-up lap, so I thought that was going to be his official lap, but it is not. So he will do that next time by as we jump over to the 21 of the Jason Berg He has won a ton of races here in this league. This is his, I believe, second season here with them. So he is somebody you always have to look for, no matter where you are. And I expect to see him in the top 3, at least top 5 at the least. So we'll see. We'll check in with him in a minute. Caden Anderson with a 30.693. He jumps up to 4th place here in qualifying. So we go back to Jason Berg. He's going to be coming up on the line. He's in turn 4 into the trial. And right there will be his first time. 30.555. That will put him at the top of the charts here in qualifying by .106. He has a 10th over second place, Bill Ross Jr. That is just insanity how fast that number 21 of Jason Berg is. Let's go over to Donovan Barr, who is now on the track, and he will put in his first time laps right there, and it's going to be, the correction, that was his warm-up lap right there, as we have James Vining out on the track as well. What kind of time will he put in, as he is in that number 333 machine here tonight? And have to wait and see. Tri-Oval coming up. And there it is, lap number 1, 31.215. That'll put him back in 22nd spot here in qualifying. John Ottenbacher, 30.894. He's in 14th place in that very patriotic-looking number 89 Walls Beard Co. Beard Bomb machine. A very nice-looking paint job here for the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Daniel Masters going to pull that 03 machine down at pit road. Let's go over to Chris White. Someone we really haven't talked about a whole lot this season. Last season, he was making a name for himself and still is. He's still someone you have to look out for. We just haven't been talking about him as much as we did last season. Here in that number 83 Elgato Toyota Camry here in season 3, I believe it is. He will put it into a top 10, excuse me, with a 9th place time, 30.737. His time is winding down. Here we got about 2 minutes left. Jeff Stabnow taking the number 24 out onto the track. Let's hope Jeff Stabnow has a little bit better luck than he did the last couple of weeks. Again, almost like a sophomore slump here for the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Just, has not had the luck. He's had the car to win, but has not had Lady Luck on his side here in this series so far, as he is caught up in other people's mess more often than not than anyone else. So hopefully he can rebound from that and get the win. He always said last season whenever I picked him, he won. So Jeff, we'll reassess this halfway through this race, but I'm going to pick the 24 of Jeff Stabnow as the win here tonight. We'll see how Jeff Stabnow does here tonight. But I am going to officially declare him my pick here for the win. We'll see what happens there. It looks like Sean Brightsman getting ready to come out on the track. Jeff Stabnow coming in to the tri-oval here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Lap number 1 will be put in 30.706. That's going to put him in 6th place, as he will have a top 10 starting spot. He'll be on the outside of row 3 based on where he is starting here at the moment. And so far, it looks like Frank Hare is not quite going to come out. Josh Coley has not come out. Gerald Heffley, William Fletcher, and Ray Fournier have not come out either, but Sean Brightsman is coming out on to the track in the number 46 Walls Beard Co. Toyota Camry here tonight. That car bouncing around a little bit there on pit road. I guess he's coming out of pit road anyway. And it's not going to matter. He's going to run out of time. So that will do it for qualifying. Go ahead and get rid of your top bar, as it is time to go through your Walls Beard Co. starting grid, as eventually we are going to get rid of this cough. But let's go ahead and go through your Walls Beard Co. starting grid. On row 1 is going to be the 21 of Jason Berg and the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. Row 2 is going to be the 8 of Gary Nichols and the 10 of Justin McClure. Row 3 is going to be the 1 of Caden Anderson and the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Row 4 is going to be the 32 of Seth Frazier and the 65 of Steve Silstad. Row 5 is going to be the 52 of Brian Lambert and the 83 of Chris White. Row 6 is going to be the 88 of Travis McKinney and the 25 of Jade Williams. And the row 7 is going to be the 08 of Gary Nichols and the 55 of Dan West Jr. Row 8 is going to be the 89 of John Ottenbacher and the 92 of Casey Tillman. Row 9 is going to be the 4 of Brian Barnes and the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. Row 10 is going to be the 9 of Corey Walters and the 07 of Dana Rogers. Row 11 is going to be the 2 of James Thurston and the 72 of BJ Tidrick. Row 12 is going to be the 51 of Roy Grande and the 03 of Daniel Masters. Row 13 is going to be the 98 of Donovan Barr and the 333 of James Vining. Row 14 is going to be the 46 of Sean Brightsman and the 33 of Josh Coley. Row 15 is going to be the 28 of William Fletcher and the 26 of Ray Fournier. Row 16 is going to be the 11 of Frank Harris and the 62 of Gerald Heffley. And we got nobody on row 17, so 16 rows of drivers here tonight. They're going to start 2 by 2 here for the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Walls Beard Co. Here tonight should be a great race. Well, we have a moment here. We do want to remind you that this race here, all the aerial coverage is brought to you by James Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. As you see right there, a beautiful bird's eye view of this field here. They are all getting ready to get this thing going here. We'll have one lap around this track before we let them loose here for tonight's 100 lap race. There you see another beautiful shot of this, and this is a packed house here tonight. All right, let us know in the chat, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, who is your pick for tonight's race win. I know there are a ton of them out there to pick from, so let us know who your pick is tonight as we're getting ready to get this thing going. Green flag is in the air here on Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing. You're watching the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Walls Beard Co. And right now, it's going to be Jason Berg that gets a huge jump on the rest of this field. We're going back here. They're going to try to make it 3 wide, I think, before it's all said and done. They think wiser of that. Here we have right now Gary Nichols and Bill Ross Jr. side by side. Looks like Caden Anderson was thinking about threading the needle there, putting it through the middle. He thinks otherwise. He stays side by side with the 10 right now. Justin McClure, he has right behind him Seth Frazier and Jeff Stabnow. Right now in 6th and 7th place. They're still 2 wide, 3 rows deep. In 2nd through 7th place right now, as Jason Berg has said, see you later, I'm checking out, putting the keys on the desk. I am out of here early in this race, but behind him is where the battle is, as they are still there, and it looks like Scott Hutchinson's going to come in a little bit late here, as you see him right there coming down pit road, already 1 lap down, so I thought he was just coming out, but he is actually going down pit road extremely early here tonight. Let's go back here. They're going to single file out, except for the second, or the battle for second right now. Bill Ross Jr. and Gary Nichols there side by side, and it looks like at the moment Seth Frazier is going to try to make a bid for 6th position over Jeff Stabnow. Jeff Stabnow able to hold him off. They're side by side right now. Travis McKinney in the 88 and the 52 of Brian Lambert. Those two still duking it out. Chris White behind them in 10th place. That will be your top 10 here at the moment. As the 52, Brian Lambert looks to get shuffled back just a little bit. He is going to lose at about 2 spots to Travis McKinney and Chris White. So let's go up a little bit further here as you see that battle. Right now, there's the second place. That one's kind of fizzled out. Now that battle's for third place between Gary Nichols and Justin McClure as they're side by side battling it out. Gary Nichols, and I thought they were going to make contact there for a minute. It looked like the 10 slightly wiggled. They may have made a little bit of contact, but Gary Nichols doing what he has to do to hang on to third place right now. As of the moment, he's in a podium position. We'll see if he can hang on to it. He has the 10, though, of Justin McClure hot on his heels. Don't forget about Caden Anderson and Jeff Stabnow, who's running in 6th place right now. That really first 10 cars are just right there together. You want to go through it real fast here. You look, Bill Ross Jr. has a little bit of a gap, but then you have Gary Nichols, Justin McClure, Caden Anderson, Jeff Stabnow, Seth Frazier, Travis McKinney. Look at him right there. That whole group, that is second place all the way back down to about 15th place, maybe even 20th on the track. So we go back down to 20th. It is, you see right there, there's 20th, there's third place and second place. So just a all-out battle right now from second place all the way down to about 20th on the track. As right now you have the 10 of Justin McClure trying to make a run here on the 8 of Gary Nichols, and it looks like you get it as they make a little contact. They're in turn number 2. And Caden Anderson trying to make a run on Jeff Stabnow. Caden Anderson down to the bottom of the track. He slides up, tags the 24, Jeff Stabnow. Stabnow going to lose 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 spots. They're 4 wide coming to the line. Stabnow, what a save from the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. He will have a little bit of a damage as Caden Anderson slides up, and the caution is going to be coming out, and it's going to be the 55 of Jade Williams bringing out the caution. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened as we go to the aerial cam here for tonight. You're looking at the 25 just behind, I believe that's the 24, and this all stacking up right there. And this happened right there, just breaks loose on the 25, goes through the grass, caution comes out, and that right there is officially what brought the caution out. Everyone doing a great job of avoiding him. But due to the little slides, I wouldn't even really say the 25 may have caused that, although you could almost count that as an independent spin there. But a result of the one of Caden Anderson sliding up, tags the 25, or the 24. The 24 Jeff Stabnow has to check up to save it, and it does a fantastic job. Loses a few spots, and then in the process of the 25 trying to avoid all of that as they go 4 wide and not be a part of that deal going on, ends up spinning the car out and bringing out the caution. That will be the caution here, number 1 here tonight. So we'll step away for a quick minute. We'll come back and we'll let you know how everything went down on pit road. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see now, Steve Silstad is your race leader. Let's go ahead and pull up those top 5 here for you tonight. As you see right there, your top 5, Steve Silstad, as he's going to come down pit road. Just wanted to lead a lap out there. He's going to come down. He had not been down pit road yet, although it did show, so we'll see. It showed that he had been down pit road. Something might have happened there. But he is going to come down pit road now, as well as James Vining, and that'll give the lead back to Jason Berg, followed by Justin McClure, Bill Ross Jr., Travis McKinney, and Seth Frazier. So we'll see Jeff Stabnow going to be in 9th place. So Jeff Stabnow a little further back than he was earlier. But that caution coming out, I think, definitely saved him. I wouldn't imagine he used that fast repair just yet. Let's go back there and see. As we'll zoom in on that car real fast. We'll ask the 55 to kindly move out of the way here. There he goes. Thank you, 55. Let's take a look. No, that car is still damaged. He did not use this fast repair. As expected, I did not think he would use that fast repair just yet. But a big shout out to the 55 for pulling ahead. But he really didn't do anything. But a big shout out to Dan West Jr. in that 55. Again, in that Boeing Chevrolet. He has been doing really good here lately. To see him running up front, just amazing. But Jeff Stabnow, just a little bit of damage. I'm not sure how much aero that's going to affect. The front looks fairly clean, more of the side than anything, so I don't think it's going to affect him too horribly bad, but it's definitely not going to help him by any means. So something to keep an eye on. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight. Again, we are still fighting that cough, so we do apologize for that. But it's definitely going to be an interesting race here. That is caution number 1 out here. We are on lap number 12 as we're going to try to get up to our race leader here. The lights are off on the pace car, which means we will go racing this next time by. All right, when will the pace car dive off is the question. Let's zoom out here just a bit. As you see right there, pace car should be diving off right there. The very last minute pace car dives off. We get ready, and we got a car spinning there just a little bit. The wheels anyway. That is going to be Gary Nichols in the 8. He spins the tires to fix like the 55. Clobbers is back in. And now we have a little bit of damage, and I don't see a whole lot of damage to the front. Oh, no, there it is, the damage to the front of that 55. Let's go to Gary Nichols here while they're still bunched up, and let's see if we can't go to his gearbox cam, if we could get a shot of that. You can see right there the damage to the front of that 55 where he got to his back bumper. It looks like the 8 spun the tires on the restart of Gary Nichols, and when he did so, that unfortunately is going to give a little bit of damage there, and he may get him another time here. Let's find out. Let's go back to our main camera. Early beating and banging going on here, but just a little tire spin there as they are just slicing and dicing back here. Chris White, John Ottenbacher, Jesse Gray, Casey Tillman. These guys are not content with where they're at on the track right now. They are all just really beating and banging on each other out there. So we'll have to kind of wait and see how this one plays itself out. But right now, they are showing a little bit of an aggression side here that I did not expect to see this early on in the race. So we'll have to wait and see how it plays itself out. Will this aggression here lead to some cautions? But again, a lot of slicing and dicing going on early in this race. John Ottenbacher trying to get by Dan West Jr. in the 55, and he'll try it here in the trial. But so far not working, but he will keep digging and see if he can. Meanwhile, we go back up to the front. Well, that's the Lone Ranger out front. Not much going on here for him. We'll go through your field. First place here at the moment. Started first, season first. That is the 21 of Jason Berg. Running in second place right now. Started fourth, and he's in second. That is the 10 of Justin McClure. We go back to third place. Started 11th. Currently residing in the third position. That is the 88 of Travis McKinney. Fourth place, who started second. He's fallen back just a little bit here. That is the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. just on his back bumper. That is going to be the 32 of Seth Frazier, started 7th up the 5th, so he's gained a couple of spots since the start of the race. Caden Anderson, a few car leads behind him, and the number 1 machine started 5th, down to 6th. He's lost 1 position since the start of this race, so he's working his way back up. Right now in the number 24 machine, Jeff Stabnow started in 6th place. He's also lost 1 position, but he has a little bit of damage. He's biding his time, trying to hang on to this car. I expect to see him through this field once again. And currently 8th position, started 9th, has gained 1 spot. That's the 52 of Brian Lambert. We'll see if he can fight his way through this field and gain a few more spots, put himself in maybe a top 5 position. 9th place is currently number 8 of Gary Nichols. He started 3rd. He's fallen back quite a bit with a lot of damage there. Again, to the back there, he spun the tires on that last restart and just has not been able to recover from it. Your 10th place car, again, someone we just haven't really talked about a whole lot here. We're talking about him, though, here tonight. That is the 83 of Chris White. He started 10th. He's in 10th. Really hasn't made a whole lot of progress, but he has maintained where he's at, so you can't complain about that. That is your top 10 here tonight as of right now in this race, as there's just not a whole lot going on until you get it right back here to about 11th, 12th, 13th, even in the 14th and 15th position, as the 92 of Casey Tillman trying to work over the 89 of John Ottenbacher. Both of them trying to run down the 08 of Jesse Gray, and all 3 of them trying to run down the 55 of Dan West Jr., but it looks like the 92 here, if Casey Tillman is going to get the best of John Ottenbacher, and he will beat him to the line. Here comes Brian Barnes. He's going to try to get a piece of the action as well. We'll wait to see if that's going to happen, but I don't think this battle's quite done yet between the 92 and the 89, but right there, the 92 of Casey Tillman will officially take 13th place away from John Ottenbacher, so that will put him in 14th position. As we go back to the front here, let's zoom out just a little bit so we can see a little bit more of this race, and it's turning into be a fairly good race. If you're about midfield, the front of this pack is really just kind of running away with it, but you come back here to about, I'd say, 6th position. You see now, after that incident on the track where the 1 of Caden Anderson slid up and bumped the 24 and made him lose a few positions, he finally takes that spot back. Jeff Stabnow passes the 1 of Caden Anderson. He'll take 6th place. We'll see if Jeff Stabnow, how that car's handling with that damage so far. It looks like it's handling pretty good as he is fighting his way back through this field. What a race it has been so far. We are just about a quarter of the way done with this race thus far. And what we have a moment here, so again, you're looking a little spread out for the most part. We got a 3-way battle right here. Let's go on board here with the 92 as he's trying to run down I believe that's the 08 and the 55. So let's go on board with him as we go silent on the mic here and just watch this battle from onboard perspective of the 92 of Casey Tillman. Alright, there as they're coming to the line. I'm not sure if you can hear that as we see somebody going through the grass. I believe that's going to be... That is going to be the 8 of Gary Nichols that goes through the grass. Let's go back to the main view. That is Gary Nichols in the 8 that goes through the grass. But back to what I was saying, I don't know if y'all can hear that. I don't know what kind of noise you hear. It sounds like almost like a thud or a scraping noise. I'm thinking the splitter on that 92 is actually dragging the ground. and that is that noise y'all might have been hearing. It sounds like a scraping noise or a bouncing off the track. I believe the front splitter on that 92 is actually scraping the ground. If we get a caution, we're going to have to pull a driver in here, get them on the radio, and see if that is the case. Are these splitters dragging a little bit? Because it sure sounds like it. And this is, of course, a fixed setup, so they don't have any control over that other than tire pressures going up and down depending on how long you run. But Jason Berg right now about to put the 62 a lap down. He does that pretty easy. Gerald Heffley to second place we go. That is a battle as here comes the 88. He is officially going to get by. So Travis McKinney gets by Justin McClure for second place. And it looks like Bill Ross Jr. is going to try to get into the mix as well, as he is right there ready to pounce on third place. The question is, who will be your race winner? As we are working on getting to lap 30 here at the moment. Jeff Stabnow up to fifth place. Again, fighting and clawing his way. He is ready for a good finish here tonight. He has not had the finish he wants. He has had the car. I will say that the 24 Jeff Stabnow has had the car to put in victory lane, or at least a top 3 finish. But being caught up in other people's messes, different stuff, he has just not had the finish to go along with the car that he had. So he is looking to get that finish, get into the top 3, get a podium, and try to get that win that he so rightfully deserves here this season. Just, again, hasn't been able to capitalize off of it due to incidents on the track, most of which, if not all, were none of his fault. So just getting, whether somebody bounces off of him, bounces off the wall, gets him, something has just not gone his way each race. And he is looking to redeem himself here tonight. He's got his eyes set on the 10 of Justin McClure right now for third place. And so far, we've seen one caution on lap 12. Other than that, we have gone green. This stint has been 21 laps. I don't think we're going to make too many laps on fuel and tires here. They're going to be wanting to come down pit road fairly quickly. So, that will be the question, is when will they come down pit road for fuel and tires? It's just a matter of kind of waiting and seeing here to see when they officially do come down. Alright, sorry about that. Had a bit of a cough I had to take care of real fast, as we just cannot get rid of this cold here. But if you're just tuning in with us here, you are watching the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Walls Beer Co. here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing and also a division of RaceOnTexas.com. We have partnered up with them for quite a bit of stuff, and will continue to do so quite a bit here in the coming future. I will say this: if you have a league that you know will be around in 2020, I personally am offering a limited time offer here for this week only to lock in for 2020. If you're looking for a new broadcaster or just looking to be broadcasted period in 2020, I know it's a long ways off, but we are offering a killer deal, or I am anyway, to lock those in. You're not gonna, well, we'll just get to the thing. If you want to hear more about it, you can message myself, either Cody Wooten over on Facebook, and we can talk about that. But if your league is looking to be broadcasted in 2020, even though it's quite a ways off, it will be here before you know it. Offering a killer deal out there for Sunday nights and Tuesday nights. So they are all first come, first served. So make sure you check those. Check us out on Facebook, or message myself, Cody, on Facebook personally, and we can talk about that. But Jason Berg out front, pretty much in his own zip code right now, 2.8 seconds ahead, as he has checked out from this field. Travis McKinney second place, followed by Jeff Stabnow. As we're watching, he gets by the 10 of Justin McClure there. Now, he's still fighting this little bug we got going on. And we are still racing green. We have been green for 26 laps on this stint. The longest stint we've seen so far. The first caution again coming out around lap 10 or so. We went racing again on lap 12. We got some cars coming down to pit road there, coming off pit road anyway. Jeff Stabnow, though, fighting his way back to the front. And it looks like we got a car slowing down, and it's going to be the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. as not sure he was coming down pit road or not, but he slides it to a stop at the end of pit road. Looks like he was coming down to come into pit road and locks it up, almost spinning it around. And it looks like the 72 of BJ Tidrick's going to miss his pit stall in the number 72 Gatorade Chevrolet, so he'll have to back up. So two people having issues on pit road so far, whether it be missing your pit stall or almost spinning it out on pit road. Issues starting to plague people here tonight, and somebody hit the yellow commitment cone there as it's going to go underneath the 9 car of Corey Walters. We'll see. Somebody may get a penalty for unsafe pit entrance if they hit that cone. We'll have to kind of wait and see if anyone is on there for an extended period of time. And Corey Walters is going to drive through. He is not going to come down and make a stop. So he is going to go straight through pit road. No stop for the 9 to Corey Walters. We'll have to see if he comes back down again. But he is not going to come down this time. Corey or Brian Barnes going to get a good stop there. Jade Williams, we got more contact on pit road between the 25 and the 8. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened between the 25 and the 8 as they're both coming down to pit road, and chaos happening on pit road here tonight. This race has just been plagued, but you have to remember it is a different surface. If I'm not mistaken, yes, it is right there. You see both of them actually just independent spins for the 8 of Gary Nichols and the 25 of Jade Williams as the 11 trying to get it going here. But those are actually independent spins for both of those. And it looks like the 88 is going to have to back up as well. The 25 is off and going after a long time on pit road. Jason Berg on pit road. Looks like he's going to have a decent stop here. Jade Williams, Jeff Stabnow coming off of pit road. Looks like he had a flawless stop here, 15.1 seconds. Major troubles for a ton of people on pit road here as we have the rest of them coming down to pit road here at the moment. But troubles ensue on pit road here. That may be the theme of the night. Don't have problems on pit road as the 08's going to drive through about 6 pit stalls to get to his. As you see John Ottenbacher on pit road as well. Seth Frazier, your race leader, but he's coming down pit road, and that will give the lead to Justin McClure, who is currently on pit road. We'll see. And it's all cycled out. I believe it's going to go to Jason Berg, who it's showing went down pit road, but we're not seeing a pit stop time for him. We know he was on pit road as we saw him sitting in his stall. So while it's not showing us his pit stop time, we do indeed know he did come down pit road and make a stop. Interesting turn of events here on pit road. We are still green as we're coming up on the halfway point here. We're on lap 42, 150, of course. Our completion of lap 51 will be the halfway point as it's Jason Berg out front. But look who's in second place right now. That is the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. Tonight may be his night to put it in the podium finish. But we'll again just have to wait and see. He is our pick here for tonight's win. He has not used that fast repair yet. Keep that in mind. So he does have a fast repair that he can use later on in this race if need be. He's running in first right now, but we're getting close to the halfway point. So we are going to go ahead and step away for a quick commercial break. And we will be right back.
This is a demonstration for the built-in water temperature sensor of W5 CPU water block. There is a water temperature sensor built inside W5 to detect the temperature of the coolant that runs through W5. Here, we're using thermal mode and time-lapse effect to show the temperature change of the system. You can easily see the real-time temperature change on the software screen. W5 is also made with central inlet design, which contributes to higher coolant flow that helps faster heat dispatching to achieve a lower coolant temperature, of which you can see on the software thanks to the water temperature sensor. While W5 shows you the temperature of the coolant that runs through your CPU water block, you can also throw in a Pacific TF1 indicator to monitor the temperature and coolant flow of your whole system.
Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as you're watching this little, I don't know if I'd call it a battle going on between the 62 of Gerald Heffley, who is currently 2 laps down, and the 03 of Daniel Masters, who's 2 laps down. So those two battling. Meanwhile, Chris White sitting in 4th place right now. He's just trying to get through them so he can move on to the cars in front of him, which would be Dan West Jr. in the 55, who is right there, and Jeff Stabnow in front of him by a little bit. So this is kind of the battle we want to watch here at the moment, is Chris White trying to run down Dan West Jr. Right now they have a difference of 1.333 seconds, now 1.366 seconds different. And it is fluctuating right around the 1.33 to 36 times. So he's not really giving too fairly fast, but there it is, 1.30. So Chris White starting to make ground up on Dan West Jr. Now it's 1.36, but it was 1.2 there for a while, as he was able to catch him before the lap car. The 98 of Donovan Barr got in front of him, slowed him down just a little bit, but he does get by him quickly, and he is on his way back now, 1.25 seconds behind, 1.266. So he is right there. We'll keep an eye on that battle. Not much going on for Jason Berg or Jeff Stabnow here at the moment. They've pretty much just out there running laps here at the moment. Not really a whole lot of anything going on. They're really spread out here at the moment. You got Donovan Barr and the 88 putting on a little bit of a battle here. That is not for position. The 98, of course, Donovan Barr 1 lap down. Travis McKinney, actually your 5th place driver at the moment, but we'll see if he hangs on to that for very long, as he has Brian Barnes closing in his mirror right now, 0.433 seconds behind him. So we'll just have to wait. But just to point out how far ahead at the moment Jason Berg is, he has a 10-second gap over 6th place right now. That is a huge gap, almost unheard of here at Atlanta. Jason Berg isn't just that fast, and we are officially at the halfway point. We have 50 down, 50 to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Well, time will tell. Will Jason Berg be your race winner here tonight, or will somebody else get it? Jeff Stabnow 5.1 seconds behind. A caution would be needed here so we could bunch this field back up, and it's almost what they need. You know, you don't want too many cautions, but you almost may need one for this field to kind of bunch back up. They are extremely spread apart right now, and there's just not a whole lot going on for them. So it's something we're going to have to see. Will that caution come out later in this race and bunch this field back up? If not, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to catch Jason Berg. We may see, we'll see. I think they should be good on the fuel. I don't think we're going to come back down pit road unless we see a caution. So that's not going to be a problem, although problems did ensue on pit road. We'll just have to wait and see if they come down pit road again. Will those pit stops be a problem? Jeff Stabnell still trying to run down 5.133 seconds behind Jason Berg. We'll keep an eye on that, 5.116 seconds. So he is closing in the gap slowly but surely, and depending on the corner, he does lose a little bit as well. So we'll see. There is still Brian Barnes trying to run down Travis McKinney right now in the 88. That gap is 0.650 seconds behind. He is closing the gap here on Travis McKinney for 5th position for a top 5 finish. And we'll just have to wait and see. She jumped back here to the 32 of Seth Frazier and Sean Brightsman. Brightsman on the inside, or on the outside, he just took 7th position, and now, 7th. Now he's going to be dropped back to 8th position as they are side by side. Probably one of the closest battles currently going on the track. And right behind them, I'm not sure if that is a battle for position or not. That is going to be the 52 of Brian Lambert. So that is a position battle. We have a 3-way battle currently for 7th position. This is the biggest battle going on the track for position at the moment. So we'll stick here for just a minute and watch this battle kind of unfold. We'll again wait to see how it plays out. Again, if you're just tuning in with us here, you've missed some exciting racing. This is the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Wolves Beard Co. here on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. We'll get it out. And let's hear from all. Let's go silent on the mic. Let's go on the board here with the 46 as we're watching him run down Seth Frazier in that 32. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going back to our main camera as they come to complete lap 60. We're on lap 61 of 100, and stay corrected, we're on lap 60 of 100. My bad, as we're watching back here, we will be on lap 61 of 100 when they get to the line right there. We weren't quite there. Wrong turn there. Lap 61 of 140 laps to go. This race is past the halfway point here tonight. This is the point where these guys are begging for the caution. I promise you this. So we've been through about a 30-lap stint, caution-free pit stops, and now another round as we have Josh Coley, I believe it is, coming down pit road, and then number 33. CRT machine, the 98 is going to come down pit road as pit stops begin once again. Looks like we have about a 20 to 25 lap fuel window. I thought it was 38, but it is going to be about 20 to 25 on a fuel window. So we'll see as James Viney can the 330 machine. 333, he is going to come down the pit road as well. Donovan Barr is off and going here. As we'll take a look, Dana Rogers in the 07 coming down pit road as well. And we got to keep a very close eye on this. As the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. has a much better stop this time so far anyway, as he comes down pit road. And Jeff Stabnow giving up a second position. He comes down pit road in that number 24 machine. And he is going to have a stop right here. This is the stop to watch. This should be possibly one of their last stops. They may have to make another one. And so we got about 38 laps to go. We'll see here. And is he going to use the fast repair is the question. As he is on pit road. And I don't see him using it just yet. As we'll see when he comes out. No, I don't think he did use that fast repair. No, he did not. Right there, he leaves the cone. So he is not going to use that fast repair. He may not even be aware of how much damage he has, but again, it's not hindering him here as he's running second place. Currently 1 lap down in 19th, but again, he is coming out of pit road. Had a flawless stop there as it's going to be BJ Tidrick on pit road. He's going to have to back up, misses his stall. I believe that's the second time he's missed his stall as he's going to slide there. But again, this asphalt to concrete, I believe is what it is, or concrete to asphalt, whichever. I believe pit road is concrete. This track is asphalt. So it is a huge change there. That's why these guys are sliding through their pit stalls. But a good stop here for the 55 of Dan West Jr. Jason Berg still out on the track right now. Chris White behind him. When will these guys come down to pit road and take fuel and tires? That is the question. Some of these guys kind of base off when they come down, when the leaders come down. When will your race leader, the 21 of Jason Berg, come down pit road and take fuel and tires here? We'll have to wait and see. As you see the 333, who is 3 laps down right there. He's already been down pit road and took tires and fuel. And let's see how fast he goes. Even the 17. Let's go to Bill Ross Jr., who just came down as well. 3 laps on those versus 28 for Jason Berg. And look how much faster those new tires are here for the 17 as they almost make contact. They do make contact. The 17 scrapes Jason Berg's back bumper there just a little bit. But that goes to show you what we're talking about, just how fast these new tires are. You're talking about 31 ones to 32 fives. He is that much faster on those newer tires that he had that big of a run. They do make a little bit of contact though, and that will hurt the 17 just a little bit. I'm not going to sure what it's going to do to Jason Berg. But here comes the 333. He's going to try to get his lap back, or at least one of them, and he's going to shoot to the inside here of Jason Berg. And oh, he's going to force the issue, the 333. Big time forcing the issue there. That is James Vining. He had just a huge spout of momentum coming through there and just sailed it right in and basically told the 21, look, I got fresh tires, I'm coming through whether you like it or not. And the 21 having to slide up and let him through. And now he's got the 92 of Casey Tillman going by. But we have Travis McKinney in the 88 coming down. Brian Lambert, Chris White coming down. Chris White going to roll to a stop in his pit stall. Let's check in with the 52 of Brian Lambert, and he gets to a stop. Let's over here is Gary Nichols coming down pit road as well. So good stops for just about everybody this time around. First time around, not so much. They had a horrible round of pit stops on that first one. And Jason Berg down pit road, and it looks like he will have a good stop this time, and is going to be scoring a pit stop time for him this time. And that number 32, the number 21, 32 of Seth Frazier is now your race leader, is what we were looking at. So Seth Frazier, Justin McClure, and Sean Brightsman have not come down pit road yet here for their third pit stop of the night. As we currently have 31 laps to go. Make it 30 right there. 30 laps to go. That's all that remains here in this race. And I'm not sure. We may have to make another stop here. Where they may be able to, they may have been short pitting and then making it to the end. But once these guys pit, this is what I want to point out, as Jeff Stabnow just takes third place from Sean Brightsman. And Sean Brightsman going to come down pit road right there in a heavily beaten and battered number 46 machine. Jeff Stabnow is in third place. Jason Berg behind him by quite a bit anyway. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that and see. Let's zoom out here a little bit if we can. There's third place of Jeff Stabnow. He's coming to the line right there, and there is Jason Berg. So he's got a little bit of a gap on him and Jeff Stabnow. Now your race leaders, everybody coming down pit road. Justin McClure going to come down pit road as well in the number 10 machine. And it looks like the 32 going to have a good stop. The 10's going to have a good stop as well. Jeff Stabnow out front, leading this race here for the first time tonight. He is now fixing to lead his first lap as he's coming out of turn 4 into the trioval right there. Jeff Stabnow leads his first lap here on lap number 73. He led lap number 72 here tonight in this race. And again, this we could be the night, I would think, for Jeff Stabnow. We haven't picked him all season. We did pick him here tonight, so it'll be interesting to see if that is all it took, is us picking Jeff Stabnow to win this race. Jason Berg is going to be someone he has to battle with, though, later on in this race. And now, if they have to come down and pit again, this is where it gets interesting, because earlier Jeff Stabnow had the advantage of being able to short pit. He was far enough behind that he could see the leader not come down and he could short pit on him. Now you see there's the 24, there's the 21. It's Jason Berg that has that advantage of being able to come down a little bit early on the 24 Jeff Stabnow. So, and this all could change according to if we get any cautions. As Steve Silstad 2 laps down, going to come back down pit road. That's a fourth stop. He may be able to just trying to make it here till the end of this race. We'll see. He has enough fuel to make it, I do believe. Jeff Stabnow, though, still hanging on there. He's got the 9 of Corey Walters behind him. And then behind them is going to be Caden Anderson, who's 1 lap down at the moment. And right now, this is exactly what Jeff Stabnow wants to see. He has got the 1 of Caden Anderson kind of holding up the 21 of Jason Berg here at the moment, but not by much. Here comes the 1 of Caden Anderson. And, more contact there between the 9 as the 9's trying to get out of the way of the 1. And this could potentially give the lead to the 21 of Jason Berg, as you got lap cars, lead lap cars, and really just no room given for these lead lap cars. That's going to cost Jeff Stabnow the lead here, as the 9 trying to avoid the 1 and not get down in front of him, parks it right in front of Jeff Stabnow on the track, and that will cost him the lead. And it doesn't look like he got too much damage from it. I think he checked up in time. But Jeff Stabnow now on the back end. He's in this group of 2. The plus side is he can now short pit on the 21 of Jason Berg, and he has that advantage one more time if they have to come back down. And based on what we've seen so far, I would imagine they would have to, as they've come down about 23 laps or so. And that's what we have left right now, 23 laps to go. They've been out there for 15 laps in 8 laps. So Jason Berg has a little bit fresher tires. That may be one reason he was able to get by. But again, they should have to come down pit road again. We don't know exactly what that fuel windows is, as the 51 of Roy Grande is going to come down pit road in that Sour Patch number 51. Donovan Barr is going to be on pit road as well. He is not going to make a stop, though. At least it didn't look like it. It looked like he pulled right through, but regardless, he is going to roll down pit road, and that's why the caution is out. Let's go back and see if we can take a look and see what happened. And take a look here. I'm not sure who it was, but let's go back and take a look. That would explain why he did not make a stop, as the caution did come out. We'll see if it was the 62. I'm not sure What brought this caution out is we were watching the pit stops cycling through, and again, I'm not 100% sure who indeed brought this caution out, as it wasn't the 51, I don't think. Just have to kind of wait and see. Check out the 65 of Steve Stillstat here to see if something might have happened to him back here towards the back of this field. So something going wrong here. I'm not sure what it was. Right there we see the 333 scraping the wall. That did not. So again, not sure what brought out the caution. So we do apologize for that. But regardless, this is going to shake things up here, as it's going to be 20 to go next time. And no surprise that everyone's coming down on pit road. This is really going to shake things up here in the closing laps here, as this will be the final pit stop of the night, unless another caution was to come out. So while we're under caution here, we're going to talk with Jeff Stabnow if we can once pit stops are complete. We'll see if we can't quickly grab him. And, we want to talk to him about a couple of things here tonight. Is we haven't got to talk to him all night long. So we're going to see if we can't get him on the radio as he is coming out of pit road. And it looks like he will retain a second place. And right there, he is able to go back up the speed. We'll wait till he gets past that blue cone to try to pull him into the radio here real fast, as we don't want to catch him trying to say something to us and go over that white line, as that could spell disaster here for him. And there he is. He's past it. So let's go here with the 24 Jeff Stabnow and see if we can't get a quick word in with him. Jeff Stabnow, you got a copy?
I got you, Charles.
Well, we see there you got a little damage early on in this race, but it looks like you recovered from it. I'm not sure. It doesn't look like you used the fast repair still. But first off, how is the car handling, and is that splitter dragging? And we went on board earlier, and it sounded like it was dragging a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just really a lack of grip on this track. We get 15, 20 laps into the run. I think it really depends on how you're driving it, but for me, this car is getting super loose off of 4, so I don't know if you saw me chase it through the grass, and I've chased the rear end quite a few times. But really not too bad those first 15, 20 laps. We did get a little bit of damage there early, so I kind of forgot about it. It's been driving good enough, so I did not burn the fast repair, but just because you just reminded me about it.
Well, again, yeah, just a little bit of damage on there when the one came up and slid into you. Lost a few spots there, but you've obviously gained those back. Sitting in second place here, we saw Jason Berg got by you pretty easy on that last little stint, but he had about 10 lap fresher tires on you. And that's the real quick one to talk to you is, how important are fresh tires out here, and now everyone being on a level playing field?
Oh, 10 laps is probably worth close to a second a lap, so they're huge. I actually made up my ground once we got a little bit of wear on the tires, 10 laps on tires, everybody in this field is fast, man. So, this late pit here is a little bit tough. Everybody's fast again. I felt like I was doing pretty good on the long run. I was actually getting ready to pit there again when Jason got by me. When that caution came out, I was going to go one more time around and pit for the last time. So, don't know if it's good fortune or not.
Oh, here it is. This will be hopefully the last little run. Not to give away any secrets if they're out there watching, but if a caution comes out, what are the odds of coming back down pit road for some tires?
It really depends on how many laps we run. You get 7-8 laps on these tires, man, and they don't like you. You've lost a lot of speed, so it'll kind of be on the fly. And if it's a quick caution, maybe not. We're 5, 6, 7 laps into it, probably.
All right, well, there you have it. We're going to let you go as it's getting ready to go racing again, so hopefully we'll be talking to you here in a little bit. All right, that was the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. So we are going to get back to the main camera. We had to get him back to his own radio channel, of course, as it is about time to get this thing going one more time. This should be the last restart of the night. I don't see us having too many more. So we'll have to see it. Oh, well, I stand corrected. Caution is out. And it's going to be Travis McKinney in the 55 of 55, Dan West Jr. going around on lap number 1 of the restart. Let's go back and take a look. I have a feeling this was a tire spin going on as you watch that bright orange number 88 of Travis McKinney. Green flag's out. No, the 55 spins the tires or misses a gear or something, comes right up into the 88 of Travis McKinney, and caution coming out here on the restart. They didn't even make it to the line as we are under caution once again. I don't think anybody's coming down pit roads. We're going to step away to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Say command.
What is the weather like in LA?
The weather is clear in LA.
What is the weather like in New York?
The weather is rain in New York.
Use flow mode.
Flow.
Say hello, TT.
Hello, TT.
Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. The lights are still on the pace car, but a huge turn of events. This is not what anybody expected. Everybody spinning the tires on the restart, so definitely a huge turn of events here. So we'll see. This is going to be a drag race to the end. Nobody coming down, as we've had one lap here on these tires. Not even a complete lap. All these tires have been under caution. So this could get very interesting, but we want to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you're on the Facebook side of things or over on the YouTube side of things. And of course, for everybody out there watching, make sure you come back tomorrow night as we kick off the 12th annual Schaefer's Oil Spring Fling here on the channel. We'll be on the YouTube only. For us, we will be on the Team VLR.com Facebook page and over on the Full Velocity Racing Network YouTube channel. We will not be on our Facebook. We are only going to 2 different locations tomorrow night, so make sure you go to YouTube and look up Full Velocity Racing Network. You do not want to miss that $12,000 purse, $3,000 to win race. Make sure you are watching that one, and if you just like us that much, go over there, give it a thumbs up already, hit the reminder button, and share that link. Get it out there to everybody. It is going to be a 2-day show, tomorrow and Wednesday, so we'll not be doing our normal World of Thunder. We will be covering those both nights. Again, Wednesday night will be 3,000 to win. It is going to be a huge, huge race. Again, on the TeamVLR.com Facebook page and right here on the Full Velocity Racing Network YouTube page in 1440p ultra high definition. Make sure you stay tuned for that and make sure you share it out there. Get it to everyone. We'll be pumping it out there. Of course, Ben Shelton and Tommy Rowe going to be in the booth as I'll be running the cameras for that race. So should be a good race indeed, or 2 nights of racing. So we'll just have to wait and see how it plays out once we get the green flag dropped for that race. But back to this one, the lights are off as we are getting set here. It looks like we're going to have about an 11-lap shootout. It's right there. You see 13 laps to go. Actually going to be a 12-lap shootout to the end of this race. Will we see another caution? For anyone that's unfamiliar with the iRacing, which hopefully I don't think there's too many of you out there, if the caution comes out before 5 laps to go, if it says 5 to go, caution comes out, race is over. If it says 6 to go or 7 to go, we will have a 1 to 2 lap shootout, of course, and so on and so on. We will have a shootout here. They are double file. This is going to be up to Jason Berg. It's his race to lose at this point. He is in command of this start. The question is, will he take full advantage of it here? We'll see. 3 a.m. in the morning. That is definitely late. I thought it was late here at 11:20 or so, but green flag is setting. Getting set to come back out. Green flag in the air. We are racing here as it is now 12 laps to go. Jason Berg gets the start he needs. Jeff Stabnow needs to get to the inside. He could potentially get railroaded here and lose a few spots. Chris White to his inside in that in the 83 machine. Still used to the 35, but it looks like Jeff Stabnow has enough good use on those tires. He is going to pull the advantage to the outside, and he does. And, Chris White almost to his back bumper, but Chris White does a good job of staying clear of him. Jeff Stabnow hanging on to second place. That may have been just enough that he needed to get by him, so he's going to pull a little way ahead here. We have 11 laps to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Walls Beard Co. And these tires, again, everybody evenly matched when they're fresh, and they are going to stay relatively fresh here as we're coming up on 10 to go. There's your race leader right there coming into the tri-oval right there. 10 laps to go, but this is the battle we're watching right now. We could see them wadded up here. They are just that close together here between Stabnow, White, and Frazier. These three very, very good competitors. But when you're racing this close, unfortunately, stuff can happen. As it looks like Seth Frazier is going to get by Chris White. He's going to take second or third place away from Chris White, dropping Chris White to 4th position. Right now, your top 5, we'll pull them up. It is going to be Berg, Stabnow, Frazier, White, and Thurston now in 5th place. So he is working his way. This is one of the first times we talked about James Thurston here tonight in that 2 machine. He's worked his way through this field. Let's pull that up real fast. Started 21st. He's up to 5th position. He has definitely fought his way through this field for a top 5 finish so far. So good job for him. As we go back to 2nd place of Jeff Stabnow, it's going to be right now 9 laps to go. Make it 8 to go as they just crossed the line. Seth Frazier going to do everything in his power to try to get by Jeff Stabnow. Stabnow going a little below the white line. He has got his hands full. Here comes Seth Frazier to the inside. Seth Frazier so fast. He's always that fast. And right now, it looks like the inside lane is the lane to be in, as they're going to get by. Caution is out. 8 to go. We'll go racing again. This is not what these guys want to see here. Let's look and see who brought the caution. I believe it's going to be the 46th of Sean Brightman, who is slowed on the track there. So let's go back And take a look as he was running in a group here, and all of a sudden slowing on the track. Ooh, right there, that is going to be, I believe that was the 12, is that it? I don't think we have a 12 on the track. Let's go back and take another look at that and see what happened. Oh, the 52 that was around, I do believe. It looked like a 12 went up in the sky. We do apologize for the 52, but getting a little bit of a hook there as you're watching it once again here, right here. We'll see if we can't get a different angle. And right there, the 52 gets him around. He goes around, and altogether a fairly good save for the 46. Only goes through the grass once, but that will bring out the caution once again, and we will go racing again, as it's going to be scoring Seth Frazier in second place now, Jeff Stabnow in third. This may benefit Jeff Stabnow just a little bit more, as this is going to put Jeff Stabnow on the bottom of the second row, so this could be beneficial for Jeff Stabnow, as he may be able to squeak second place out of this here with very few laps to go. It looks like we're going to have about a 2-lap shootout, so we are going to step away for the last commercial break of the night, and we'll be right back. Alright, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a green-white checker 3-lap shootout to the end. The question is, will we run all 3 under green, or will we see another late caution ending this race? We've already seen quite a bit of wheel spin here from these drivers here tonight. But real quick, before we get to that racing action, we want to remind everyone, of course, thanks for tuning in here tonight. Even though it's a little late, and of course, if you like the racing here tonight, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, whether you like the race, the broadcast, the league, whatever it is. Hit that thumbs up button on the YouTube or on the Facebook side of things, and let us know you're watching the Northwest Xfinity Series presented by Wolves Beard Co. Here on Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for esports racing, a division of RaceOnTexas.com. Definitely set to be a good race. As there it is, a green flag is out, and of course the 21 gets a good start. And this, like I said, is going to be beneficial. We got cars going around in the back. And Jeff Stabnow, caution is out. He does take second. And that is going to do it here for the race. As you got a big pile up back in the back. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened. As we're going to go to the aerial view one more time. Brought to you by Sames Ford out of Corpus Christi, Texas. As caution right there. You see everyone dodging and going on, beating and banging. And right up in the front, you see the caution coming out. It's a ton of cars being involved. They are wrecking everywhere. As that is gonna do it here for tonight's race. As there are 2 laps to go. Jason Berg gonna get the win here tonight as we are under caution here for the last time. Jeff Stabnow pulling into second place. Seth Frazier going to be your top 3 here for tonight's race. We'll be talking to those top 3 here shortly. But as of right now, unfortunately, this race is going to end under caution. 32 drivers made the call, but only currently, we'll do the math here. About 27 of them on the track. So we are just waiting for these last few laps to wind down. As again, we are under caution for the last time. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Right there, 1 to go. Presented by Northwest Racing Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Alright, there you have it. Checkered flag waving here tonight. As that will do it right there. Jason Berg will be your race winner here tonight in the number 21 machine. A big win for him here tonight, as he is going to be your race winner. Let's go ahead and jump to it. Your unofficial race results here for tonight. Getting the win, of course, is going to be the 21 of Jason Berg. Finishing second is going to be the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. And the 32 of Seth Frazier going to finish in third. Fourth place will be the 83 of Chris White. Fifth place will be the 88 of Travis McKinney. The sixth place driver will be the 72 of BJ Tidrick. Seventh will be the 92 of Casey Tillman. And eighth place will go to the 33 of Josh Coley, who opted not to pit on the last caution. And it served him well. Here's he'll get a top 10 finish. Ninth place will be the 4 of Brian Barnes. 10th place will be the 52 of Brian Lambert. And 11th will be the 1 of Caden Anderson. 12th place will go to the 8 of Gary Nichols. 13th will be 11 of Frank Harris. 14th will be the 25 of Jade Williams. 15th will be the 2 of James Thurston. And 16th will go to the 28 of William Fletcher. 17th will go to the 89 of John Ottenbacher. 18th will go to the 55 of Dan West Jr. So I'm not sure what that was about, but the 19th will go to the 10 of Justin McClure. 20th will go to the 46 of Sean Breitzman. 21st will go to the 08 of Jesse Gray. 22nd will go to the 17 of Bill Ross Jr. 23rd will go to the 9 of Corey Walters. 24th will be the 07 of Dana Rogers. We'll have it. 25th will go to the 65 of Steve Silstad. 62 will go, or 26 will go to the 62 of Gerald Heffleys. They're having a demo derby on the backstretch here. 27th will be the 98 of Donovan Barr. 28th will be the 03 of Daniel Masters. 29th will be the 333 of James Vining. 30th will be the 51 of Roy Grande. 31st will be the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. And 32nd, rounding out the field here tonight, not starting the race, will be the 26th of Ray Fourniers. He will not make the call to start this race. That will do it here for your unofficial race results. Let's go ahead and we'll pull up your official finishing order here for the top 20 as we round up your top 3 drivers here for the post-race show. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and surprisingly, I still have a voice as we tried to stay hydrated here tonight with about a 60-gallon thing of Dr. Pepper here. But regardless, we are here in the post-race show as we have our third place driver. That is going to be the 32 of Seth Frazier. Oh, Seth, as always, welcome to the booth once again. And a heck of a race out there. I wasn't here last week, but from what I've heard, a much better race than last week. So overall, how was this car handling? Is a fixed setup? We thought we heard the splitters dragging. So what are your thoughts overall on this track and how this car was handling tonight?
It was an interesting combination. After about, 13 laps or so, it started getting really free. And off of 4 and 1 and 2, it kind of stay consistent, but off of 4 get really free, which made it kind of fun to drive.
Although we heard from a particular driver that after about 10 or so laps, everyone was really fast on that first set of laps, about 10 laps or so, and then you really lost some speed. So was your car about the same, and how much speed did you lose after, say, those first 10 to 20 laps on these tires?
I know it was over a second, I think. I'm not 100%. I didn't really look a lot.
2.5 seconds at the end of a run.
Yeah, it was quite a bit. But it was really hard to pass after once the tires got worn, unless you get to the outside of somebody. So I tried to make the pass as fast as you could and kind of use up your tires, and after that, conserve after about 10 laps.
It definitely looked hard to pass out there. And one last question before we let you get to your sponsors there is, this is Atlanta, or Hotlanta as everybody likes to refer to it as. So it was hard to pass. Which lane did you really want to be in to try to make that pass? We saw some get done on the high side, and then maybe some on the inside lane, but which lane was really the preferred lane out there that you wanted to restart in and be in to try to make that pass?
Well, I tried, actually, most of the passes I made came off of 4, going to the outside of people, but on restarts, I'd much rather be on the inside. On that long green flag run, I had actually stretched the fuel mileage, so I think I was on the longest fuel strategy. So if it would have went green, I was crossing my fingers for that, because other than that, Berg, I think, had us covered pretty much tonight.
Well, definitely. It was a great race. We know you got some sponsors and shout-outs, so who would those be for that third-place finisher tonight?
Just my buddy Mike Wood back in Middlesex, North Carolina, for painting all the cars up for a bunch of us. Northwest iRacing Tour. Just other than that, just Jeff and all these guys for putting all this on.
All right. Well, again, congrats on third place. As I'm not sure that's a race car that's driving through the infield right now. It looks more like a car that should be in a junkyard at this point. But I digress. We're moving on to second place, and that's the driver that's driving around the beat-up mobile over here right now. That is the 24 of Jeff Stabnow, finishing in second place. So we picked you for the win, Jeff. You didn't get the win, but the worst your car has looked all night here is in the demo derby after the race. So successful night here for you?
Well, yeah, I won the demo derby, so I think it was very successful. So last car standing there, doing my victory burnout now. I thought we had a pretty successful evening. I think this is really the first green flag runs we've really gotten in this year. We've kind of been hurt by the old caution breeds cautions things, and just had a bunch of short sprints, which make it tough. You got a bunch of fast guys in there, and when you got all the short sprints, nobody can really give anybody anything. So it was nice to finally survive a race. I think first one I've survived in a while, and get up there. And I finally used a little bit of pit strategy, but we finally got up to Jason there. And I don't think I necessarily had anything for him, but would have been nice to have a little green flag run there on that last stop to the end just to see.
Well, definitely, we would have loved to see that last little bit there. Unfortunately, it didn't happen out that way, but before we get to the last part of this thing here and let you thank your sponsors, again, you just mentioned first one. Coming off of Richmond, which I, of course, wasn't here, we've just been told it was just caution, riddled with cautions there. To come here and have a very few, which is Atlanta, hot Atlanta, the track where it's so hot you usually see quite a few cautions. Very few here. We didn't have that many. So were you expecting quite a few cautions, or was it under what you thought it'd be here tonight?
Well, if you're going to pick a track where the group's finally going to get it together and really go on some long green flag runs and get the first green flag pit stops of the year, I don't think an afternoon race of Atlanta would have been my pick. The set was actually good for a fixed set. It really wasn't that bad. But, we had about 30 laps in the fuel tank. And, I'm not sure how everybody else drove their car, but I was like, I was chasing the rear end the last 10, 12 laps off of turn 4. Drove through the grass a couple times chasing that rear end. So I'm surprised we didn't have more cautions. It was real loose getting up off of 4 there for me. And, even occasionally a little loose coming off of 2.
Oh, definitely was a fantastic race to watch here tonight. Now, if you would just give me just a moment, I'm going to have to dust off the record player real fast so we can cue up that Grammy music. It's been a while since I've got to use it, but I think it's playing now, so if you want to go ahead and thank all them sponsors out there and shout-outs.
Yeah, it has been a while since we've got up here. So, first and foremost, I got to start with all the drivers in the series here. We had a little concern, over kind of the number of cautions we were having. We knew we had some short tracks in the rearview mirror there, so we were trying not to overreact. But the drivers' committee was working real hard, and we were looking and talking about some rule changes and just trying to figure out how maybe we could just get things going a little bit better direction. And then lo and behold, we come out here to Tough Track tonight. We got plenty of drivers out here. I don't know what we ended up with. I think there was at least 30. And, we had a real clean race on a tough track. So just big shout out to, I don't think anything was said. The drivers' meeting was pretty much good luck. So I think the drivers just took it on themselves to clean up the racing. So huge shout out to all the guys that decided that we were going to clean this up. I think that was fantastic. And then the drivers' committee worked all weekend, on some stuff, and so it was just really kind of neat the way they all came together. So big hats off to the drivers' committee. But as always, we couldn't do this without I'm going to forget the name here, Full Velocity Racing Network now. You guys have been with us for a couple of years now, multiple seasons, and we've got agreements in place to be together for multiple more seasons, many more seasons to come, and just a fantastic partnership. Thanks to your doctor for getting you well. It's good to have you back, Charles. We missed you, and we love our partnership with you guys there at VRN. And then last but certainly not least, thanks to Walls Beard Co. For sponsoring this series since day one, and of course sponsoring the team, and then by extension there the teammates too, which one of them is Walls Beard Co. So, and big shout out to all those guys. So thanks, Charles.
All right, again, congrats on second place. We picked him for the win. He came up a little short, but there is always next week. So that brings us to the man that beat the entire field here tonight. That is the 21 of Jason Berg. Again, really no surprise to see you sitting here in victory lane. Technically, Jeff is sitting in victory lane, but out there in front of the flag
Demo Derby matters.
Demo Derby life matter there too. So while he's smoking, you're sitting in victory lane with the trophy. You get the win here tonight. What was this track like out there? Again, we kind of established Atlanta. It's a hot track, but not seeing as many cautions as we thought we would here.
No, I think the fact that the setup got a little bit looser on the long run kind of made everybody be a little bit more cautious, just trying to not wreck themselves, So I think that kind of played into the longer green flag runs that you saw. But overall, like Jeff and Seth said, it drove pretty good. It wasn't bad at all for a fixed setup.
Definitely it was not. So apparently I get sick and go away, and all chaos breaks loose. So we have a ton of cautions. I come back, the cautions go good. Nice setup. So clearly the universe is telling me I should not be sick ever and just stay here forever and do this. But definitely a 360, technically a 180 from last week. A short track here to Atlanta. Are you looking forward to going into next week? As we'll go ahead and pull that schedule up real quick here, as we had Atlanta and we go to Dover next week before an off week. So another short track followed by an off week. So are you ready for the Dover Mile?
Oh yeah, I love that track. It's probably one of my favorites. So yeah, bring it on. All
right, well, there you have it. So Dover coming up next, and just real quick before we let you go here, just to bring up the week after that. As much as you love racing, are you looking forward to maybe getting that off week there to kind of take a break and relax for a week?
Yeah, it'll be nice. I'm not sure where I'm gonna end up on that weekend, but yeah, it'll be nice to take a week off.
All right. Well, we'll let you
maybe
get to...
help Seth try to find the cats that are running around on the track.
There you go. But we know you got some sponsors on the car and some shout-outs. So who are those here for that win tonight?
First and foremost, G-Force Aerial Media. You can find them on Facebook or the website gforceaerialmedia.com. Jeff, Sean, Mark, all the work they put into this series. It's really always fun to come out and run with everybody. All the iRacing Northwest Tour guys that continue to come out. I think as a whole, competition's gotten a lot stiffer this season. And then you, Charles, for all the broadcast work you do.
All right. Well, again, congrats on the win here tonight. That will, of course, do it here for the racing action. One last piece of business to take care of, and of course that is the sponsors here for tonight's race, and that is the one we mentioned, Walls Beard Co. Beard Balm. Make sure you check out wallsbeardco.com for all your beard balm needs, all natural and organic products. And of course, on the broadcast side of things, we wouldn't be here without the following partners for 2019. Those include Northwest Racing Series, Walls Beard Co., RaceOnTexas.com, Hanover Wrecker Service, On the Edge Motorsports, Huffman Designs, and Racecore. Make sure you check out all of these great partners over on their social media site. That'll do it for the racing action here tonight. Make sure you stay tuned tomorrow night as we kick off the 12th annual Schaefer's Oil Spring Fling. $12,000 purse, $3,000 to win. A two-night event here on Full Velocity Racing Network and the TeamVLR.com Facebook page. Stay tuned for that, and we'll see you there.